Hey Saggies, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what Spirit has for the collective at this time. I've set that intention with my deck and with my guides. So if you're here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the message and see what Spirit has for you. I'll take that one as well. I don't normally take two, but we'll go ahead and do it. So be sure and like the video and definitely subscribe if you like the messages. It really helps my channel to grow, but it also pushes the messages out for others too. So I really appreciate you guys doing that for me. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card here, Scorpio energy. So the Death card is about endings and beginnings, right? But it's also about like it's some kind of transformation that is taking place and releasing things that don't serve you. This could be a mindset. This could be people, places, things, right? Whatever this is, there is some kind of cycle that is ending and some kind of rebirth that is taking shape here, right? So things end and then there are new beginnings. Our life shifts. And I feel like, you've really kind of leveled up and you're suited for the next phase of your life, right? Like I see this armor, this suit of armor, like you're suited for the next phase, right? And you're also protected because armor is about protection, right? So I feel like you're very protected on this next cycle and whatever it is that you're ending, again, maybe some way of being. We also had the Six of Swords, which I don't normally take two from the bottom, but Spirit kind of called that out to me. So I feel like you're transitioning into a more peaceful period, a more peaceful cycle, right? So with the Six of Swords, it's about moving on, accepting lessons, and then transitioning. And, the water's really choppy here, but it's really smooth here. So I feel like moving away from like turmoil, choppy waters into a more smoother, calm period. So the situation is the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is about work, right? Like putting in the work and really focusing on your skill set, focusing on hard work and productivity, right? Um, you could have been developing your skills a lot lately, whatever that's in, like your work, your career, or maybe building something here. It could be in your spiritual practice, right? Um, but it's just there. It's to remind you that when you do what you love, you'll love what you do, right? So I feel like this is you really focusing on fulfilling work and honing in on your skill set in some way. So the blockage here is the World card, and the World is about completion. This is the ending of a cycle, and I always see this as the end of the major arcana, right? So you've been through all the other lessons with the major arcana, and now you're at the end of that. So this is about completion and fulfillment. But when this is in the blockage, right? Like it's like you're not ending some kind of cycle. It's ready to be complete, but you're not quite ready to accept it for some reason. And this could have something to do with your work, right? Maybe you are seeing needing to complete a cycle, needing to leave a place of work or the way that you do things at work, right? Like this person is very focused on this one pentacle. Like he's working very, very hard, and the negative aspect of this is that he could be overworking himself, right? Burning out and putting too much focus in at work and needing to end that cycle, right? There's just some sense of needing to move on and open up to new energy, new cycles, and trusting that you have the skills in order to do that. So the root cause of this situation, we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is about traditions, beliefs. This is kind of, that higher knowledge energy. Like he is the bridge between heaven and earth, right? He has that connection to spirit. So, our learning is never complete, like especially on a spiritual path, right? You're always learning, you're always doing different things. So I feel like um, maybe you're feeling like you don't have the skills, like your beliefs are that you don't have the skills in order to move forward, or you could like have very rigid beliefs about work, like you have to work a 9 to 5, or you have to overgive all the time at work in order to prove yourself, right? Maybe that's a cycle that you are trying to end here. But it has something to do with the way that you do work and the traditional way of doing work. You could be ending that and totally transforming the way you earn money, right? Like maybe you're stepping out and creating your own business, or maybe you're not giving too much at work, right? You're kind of stepping back and not putting in so much effort at your job. So in the recent past, what is affecting this situation? We have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is about stability. It is about building wealth and, being frugal and conserving your resources. But the negative aspect of that could be like holding on to things, holding on to a way of being. This World card needing to end a cycle and your beliefs, like maybe holding on to beliefs that are no longer serving you, holding on to a way of how you do your work, right? Like you're holding on to this rigid belief system of this is the only way I can do this, or this is the only way to earn money. I have to work at this company for 30 years and give my life away to it, right? Whatever it is for you, it'll be different for each of you, but there is this need to which this is in your recent past. This is what you're letting go of, right? Like this need to really hold on to some kind of belief in how you do your work, or how much work you put in, right? Like needing to prove yourself by how much you can give to someone, whether that's resources, time, energy, whatever it is, right? But there's this need to transform that. And I really feel like that is transforming for you. And that cycle will end. So the message from your higher self or your spirit guides here, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is about self-worth. This is independence, like feeling worthy and knowing that you can handle things on your own, right? So the Nine of Pentacles is like success and enjoyment, being stable and being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Like you've put in all this hard work, this Eight of Pentacles, and next comes that Nine of Pentacles, right? You're enjoying all of that hard work that you've put in. You're grateful for it. You've achieved prosperity, and now you can, sit in luxury and really appreciate what you have learned, all those lessons, and you can appreciate all of the hard work that you've put in here, right? So I feel like this is spirit telling you to, know your worth and really focus on yourself and feeling safe, feeling stable, right? Because you are capable of doing this. Like you do have the skills, right? You have the know-how, you have the knowledge, because Eight of Pentacles is about your skill set, and then the Hierophant is about that higher knowledge, right? But needing to close out some kind of cycle in the way that you believe that. And spirit really wants you to know that, like, you are strong and independent. Like, know your worth and know that you are capable of handling things on your own. And you're capable of being strong and independent, right? A lot of times I feel like maybe we can get into our heads and not feel like we can handle things on our own. But I feel like this is spirit telling you, the Nine of Pentacles is coming in here. Like you've put in a lot of hard work, and, just understand that you are capable and you can take care of yourself here. So in the immediate future, we have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is about information. This is about learning, and it's kind of like that enthusiasm, right? That eagerness to learn. So you could be learning something new. There could be some information coming in here. That could be from another person. That could be like an intuitive download. But there is some kind of information or idea that's coming in here. Maybe learning something about how you're doing your work, or learning something about the way you've always, like your beliefs, right? The way you've always done things. There's like a new idea, a new fresh perspective coming in here on your value, your worth, and how you do your work. I really love that. I think that's amazing. So again, I mean, that could just be like you gaining a new perspective, you seeing things differently. That can be actual information coming in here, right? A communication from another person. Or this could just be that information coming into you from your guides, or, however it comes into you. But there's definitely like a new idea, a new perspective, some information coming into you here in the near future. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is about victory. This is about recognition, being seen. It's about your hard work being rewarded. So I feel like this, you could be feeling like, when do I get the rewards for my hard work? Or, I've put in all of this hard work, acknowledging everything that you have put in here, right? And feeling proud of your accomplishments and acknowledging your success, and then, accepting praise from others. Don't downplay that, right? Don't let shame get the better of you. But I really feel like this is just you kind of, thinking that you want recognition. You want your hard work to be seen and recognized, but then also, you feeling proud of your accomplishments and recognizing all the hard work that you have put in. Excuse me. So in your environment, the influence here, we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. This is about assertiveness, like really truth seeking and really pushing through obstacles, right? Facing a situation head on and just dealing with it, right? So this could be, the energy around you, like really picking up things, really starting to move forward quickly. This can just be like your intuition guiding you towards moving forward, right? That fast moving energy. And I feel like this is like things starting to really kind of pick up here for you and move forward very quickly. There could be, again, some kind of like message or communication coming in here in your energy, because you had the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like things are going to pick up pretty quick. Maybe some information coming in pretty fast. Again, that could be a download. Like if you're very spiritual and very in tune, you could be getting downloads here. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is about partnerships. This is about union. This is about balance. So maybe you're hoping for a partnership or a love relationship here, right? It doesn't even have to be about love. It can just be like maybe a business partner, or, you're hoping for a connection of some sort, right? This could also just be you really hoping to balance your masculine and feminine, right? Really remaining aligned with what spirit has for you, right? So if you're calling in a love relationship, if that's what you're hoping for, then, obviously that's going to be your focus. You want some kind of balance and harmony, and maybe like a nurturing relationship for yourself here. Maybe you've been so focused on work that now you're really wanting love in your life. Or again, this could just be you really hoping to remain balanced, or to get balance after, putting in a lot of hard work and kind of going through a transformation with, all the, that hard work that you've been putting in, and then things coming like smoothing out and getting calmer. You're probably hoping for things to kind of balance out, right? If you're not calling in love, then this is you kind of hoping things balance out here for you. You don't have to put in so much work. So the potential outcome here, we have the Devil, and the Devil is toxic, right? This is really negative energy. So I don't read reversals, and I'm getting a feeling of this is a release, a liberation, right? Because you had that Death card underlying energy, which is about transformation, death, and rebirth, right? So I really feel like you are releasing yourself here from some kind of self-sabotaging behavior, some kind of That could be a thought process. That could be overworking, right? Because that can be very toxic when you are pouring yourself into work, or you are really focused on people pleasing. That can overwork can be people pleasing behavior, right? Because you that's how you value yourself, right? If I don't put in all this work or all this effort, they're not going to see my value, right? That's how you see your self-worth and your value. And I feel like that's changing for you, and you are really breaking free from that. Um, and getting rid of any of that unhealthy behavior, right? Which is not always like, it's not a popular opinion, right? It's not always like you could get some backlash from that, right? Like taking care of yourself for a change and not overworking, but you can deal with that. I feel like this is just very much you liberating yourself, freeing yourself from any constraints that you've been feeling around work or around a mindset or just a way of being, right? Releasing thought patterns, releasing overworking, the burdens that you've been carrying. Yeah, I really love that. I think that's amazing energy, because I feel like you've really kind of been overworking, and it's time to end that cycle, right? Your beliefs around work, I feel like you're totally transforming yourself and breaking free from that. Breaking free from a way of being, maybe even self-sabotage, right? Maybe you've kind of been sabotaging moving forward, or this victory. You've kind of been really hard on yourself or shaming yourself, right? Whatever that devil energy has been for you. Again, it'll be different for each of us, but you're definitely freeing yourself from that and moving forward, going through some kind of rebirth and transformation here. So I really love that for you. I think that's amazing energy. I hope that this message helps, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.